Welcome to Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things, the podcast show. I'm your host, Carrie Roberts, and today's episode is in partnership with the Senior Care Services of Greater Princeton, located in New Jersey. And today we're here highlighting two extraordinary people who also live in New Jersey in hopes to provide some source of inspiration, some entertainment, and maybe some helpful tips for you to live and age gracefully. Senior Care Services of Greater Princeton is a 501c3 nonprofit. It's an organization that engages volunteers to assist homebound seniors to age gracefully in place and to preserve their independence by providing transportation, food shopping, and friendly visits. And I want to thank our episode sponsors for today, which is Wells Fargo Advisors, Kathy and Mike Castellano, Mrs. G Appliances, Vitali Inspection, and the Fairway Pinky Shaw team. We thank you so much. And joining me today are Alik and Lauren Colbert. They are laughing yoga instructors, and they are also known as the Laughing Lovebugs. So excited to have you both here. Welcome.
Thank you. We're excited to be here, and thank you so much.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. I want to start, before we get into all of this laughing yoga, I like to go from the beginning and kind of speak to you each individually. And Lauren, I'll start with you. What role did wellness and health kind of play in your life growing up? Was it something that you were doing all the time, or do you think it's something that came later into your life?
I think it's something that came later on into my life. I was dealing with a lot of stress, and as a result of the stress, I developed health conditions due to stress. One of them was hypertension. So I was always looking for unique, natural ways to relieve stress, and so that my blood pressure wouldn't shoot up sky high. I didn't really want to take medication. So I was looking always for like holistic ways of healing the blood pressure. So
yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So what type of things did you do to start out at that point in your life?
I just started eating more fruits and vegetables, of course, and also I stopped eating like meat, more fish. I just changed my diet. I also changed my lifestyle. I started like exercising at least 2 times a week, and just a lot of mindfulness as well, like taking time and the space to just clear my mind of everything of the day, especially at nighttime before I go to bed. And over time, I did notice a difference in the way I felt, and also the numbers on my blood pressure did decrease. So.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point to make, because I think a lot of times people think health or wellness is only about the number on the scale, but really looking at how you're feeling, your stress level, like you said, the internal stuff is equally as important. Alik, the same question to you. Was health and wellness a part of your life, and how did you kind of bring it into it maybe kind of early on?
Not early on, maybe later on in life. I was injured on the job, and I work in the construction field, and it's pretty stressful. So I got into, health and wellness, meditating, and actually gardening. It was a good place to go and find a little peace of mind. And Lauren and I both ended this journey together.
Yeah.
I love that. And you are a couple, and we actually have another segment where I talk all about how couples met. So we'll do a shorter piece of that. So I'd love to know how the two of you first met, and tell us a little bit about that story.
So we were perfect strangers, as people would say. We met on a popular online dating website called OkCupid, and I saw on his profile that we were a 96% match for love. And
you were like, this is it.
Yeah. And it was my first time actually approaching a man. So I sent him a message on the website, and I just said, hey, we're a 96% match. What's up with that? And then he replied. And we talked on the phone for like hours and hours, for like months. And then we had our first date, and from there, it felt like I already knew him, like when I met him, and we
soulmates.
Yeah, like best friends. We were like best friends from the time like we were talking on the phone, the first conversation.
I missed her after the first date.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive that the algorithm for OkCupid was that accurate. Did you, Alik, were you like, oh, okay, I believe this 96%, like, let's see what happens?
He didn't even understand.
I didn't understand it at first. I didn't.
He's like, what's up with, I said, what's up with the 96% match? He's like, I don't know. He said he didn't know how to answer.
Yeah, I just answered the questions, and the algorithm was just an ongoing of just every time you logged on, just answering more and more questions. And when we started dating, we would have so many similarities. I'm like, wow. But it was the algorithm that actually matched us up.
Yeah.
It
and it did a good job. They actually featured us as a success story on OkCupid.
They did?
Yeah.
I love that. Well, it's good to know they're featuring real couples that met, and not, something they're making up. That is adorable. I love that. So maybe it's inspiring people to try online dating again.
Yeah.
So you've been together for a while, and let's talk about how you got into laughing yoga. Because I will say, Alik, I think generally women tend to gravitate towards yoga. Sometimes with men, it takes them a while to get interested. Now, I know, Lauren, you started first. So I'm curious, what got you in, and then how did Alik get involved in this?
Okay, so as I said, I was looking for unique ways to relieve stress, and I was looking for interesting ways that I would actually consistently stick to, because I get bored really fast. So I Googled those exact words, interesting or unique ways to relieve stress, and laughter yoga came up. And I found a class near me. And I went to the class. Well, I asked two of my cousins to come with me to the class the first class. And they did. And we went, and it was pretty good. It was outdoors. It was I wouldn't say it was pretty good. It was okay. I enjoyed it. I took from it what I got from it, which was just that we're just laughing and being in the present moment. But I wasn't sold on laughter yoga yet, but I thought it was okay. And then at the time when I signed up for the first class, I signed up for another class at another location with another instructor the following week. So after my first experience, I told Alik about it. I said, yeah, I tried this thing. It's called laughter yoga. And he's like, how did you like it? I'm like, it was okay. It was something new and different. We just laughed. And it was pretty good. And I was like, I have I signed up for another session at another place next weekend. And he's like, oh, okay. And he just continued like watching TV. And then, and then the following weekend came. So I asked my cousins again. I'm like, you ladies want to come with me to laughter yoga again? They're like, it was great, but I have other plans. One of them had a date and the other one just ditched me. So that's how I dragged my amazing husband to come with me to this session. So I was like, the girls ditched me. I want to go to this session again. I just want to give it another try. I don't know why I feel like I want to give it another try, but it felt good, but it was an okay class, but I want to give it another try because maybe this one will be different. And he's like, but you said it wasn't really all of that. Like, why do you want to go again? And why do I have to come?
The honesty.
At the time, he was laid off of work due to an injury. So he really was not in the mood. It was a Sunday afternoon. But being the amazing husband he is, he did come with me. And I like him to take over for what happened next.
So I started the class with Lauren. I went begrudgingly. And the instructor gave us a few instructions. One, like, empty your brain out, be present in the moment, fake it till you make it. And then she said, within 10 to 15 minutes, you'd feel the results of the effects of laughter yoga. And me, I was skeptical. I didn't believe in it. She told me the last week how it went, and it was not too good. And I'm like, I took that cue from Lauren. So I said, you know what? This is probably one of her little quirky things that she likes to do. And I went, and I participated. I took the instructions, but I didn't want to do it. So I'm a little sarcastic. So I had a little fun with it. So when the instructor gave me the instructions, I put my own little twist on it, but I rated myself. About a 3, if that was on the generous side, out of 10. And while doing the exercises, I happened to check in with myself, still saying, oh, this stuff doesn't work. But when I checked in with myself and I re-rated my number went from a 3 to a 7. It made me a believer. So after that class, we went home and I told Lauren, I ran in and raved about it. The very next day, I woke up about 4 in the morning. She's not a real morning person, but I'm an early riser. I got up, sun hadn't even come up yet, and I went for a jog. And I wanted to try this out again to see if I could gain those same feelings, because I was laid off from work. I was hurt and everything. And it de-stressed me. I felt good while I was doing it. So I'm jogging down the road, a busy road in New Jersey, and I'm passing cars and I'm just cracking up like running down the street. And people are looking at me and they're in disbelief, like someone has to call someone, like this guy is nuts. And I got home and I told Lauren how good it was. And I'm like, you have to come out here and do this with me. So the next day I woke up again bright and early because I was still feeling the effects from the first session with the actual instructor. And I wanted to bring her with me. She didn't want to get up and come, but she likes to tell this part right here.
Yeah, so I did go with him, and remembering what the instructor said, because the interesting part about laughter is your body and brain does not know the difference between real laughter and fake laughter. So even if you fake it, you're still reaping those benefits. You're still getting those feel-good hormones going in your body. So when he asked me to come with him the next day, and the reason why we were challenging ourselves to just like jog or take a walk and laugh is because she told us that we should engage to encourage laughter in our daily lives. We should just laugh for no reason. Laugh while you're walking, laugh while you're taking a shower, just laugh. Try to include laughter.
And we were doing a 30-day challenge, so a 30-day laughter challenge.
Yeah. So when we were, so the next morning when he did tell me about how he felt, and he's like, you should come with me. I went, and I was fake laughing for the first like 5 minutes of it, but then it eventually turned into real laughter. And he's like we were just walking and people are looking at us like we had like 3 heads. They're like, what's wrong with these people? Because apparently we're not talking, we're just walking and laughing for no reason at all. And and what we found so interesting about that is that if we were arguing or if we held stress and tension in our faces, then no one would think that was strange. No one would think that was weird. No one would look at us like we had 3 heads if we were, walking and looking stressed out or tensed or frowning. But why is it not normal to smile, to laugh, even if it is for no reason? So we thought that was really interesting. And the session that we went to together, we went back again. She was holding it monthly. We went back again, and that was actually the instructor that trained us and certified us in laughter yoga. But she asked at the end of the session, the second time, had we ever been to a laughter yoga session? And I told her that I did, but it was his first time the last time. And she asked more details about where did I go? And I told her, and she stated that the instructor that I went to the first time was not certified in laughter yoga. So a lot of people think because laughter yoga is so simple and easy to do that you can learn off of YouTube. But there's a huge difference between a certified laughter yoga instructor and one that is not certified. So apparently the first one that I went to wasn't a certified laughter yoga leader. It was someone that learned off of YouTube, and we really could tell the difference. Laughter yoga is a unique concept that was created back in 1995 by a medical doctor in India that found that there's many health benefits to laughter. There are so many benefits to it. So health benefits, emotional, mental, and physical.
Yes, I just want to say, Dennis, it's very interesting. I love it. And I love that you both were so open to this, that you take one class, you were like, I don't know about this. And then your step 2 was like, let's just run and laugh. Like what an extreme, and how you started to feel. And I know when we had spoken maybe a couple months ago, one of the things that you shared with me was how it's helped your relationship. Can you talk about the benefits of this? You know, you're talking about kind of internally for an individual, but how does it help people in their relationships romantically, or maybe in just their family or everyday life?
Well, laughter is so healing. You can choose to laugh instead of stress. You know, when we stress, nothing really changes except the inside of our bodies. Your cortisol levels increase, which is the stress hormones in your body. When you tell yourselves that something is not okay, you send your body into fight or flight mode, and stress over time creates disease. So there's so much to stress about every day. So instead of doing that, remember, you can choose to laugh. Laughter is a choice, and also it can be fake. You can fake laugh, and you can tell yourselves that everything is okay just by fake laughing. And guess what? You're healing yourself. You're also increasing those feel-good hormones, those endorphins, the serotonin, those feel-good chemicals in your body. Because guess what? Your body does not know the difference, even if you're faking it. So Alik always says that, what did you say about the best time to laugh?
The best time to laugh is when you don't want to laugh.
Yes, it's so
That's
true.
hard. That's hard.
Yes, yes. But if you fake it, even if you fake it, your body does not know the difference. So why not challenge yourself to try it sometimes, even when you don't feel like it? That's the great thing about laughter yoga. You don't need to be in a good mood to join our sessions. A lot of times people are grieving, and during our sessions, they're grieving a loss. We've done sessions with people that are lonely or depressed or anxious. Laughter serves as a distraction. You know, it's really hard on our bodies to stress, but it's very easy to just choose laughter instead, because you can fake it. You can fake it. You can ha 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 ha. So it improved our lives so much, because even when we have tension in our relationship or we have a disagreement, we do a little laughter exercise, impromptu, called argument laughter. And in argument laughter, you don't use any words. You just argue with laughter, and it looks something like this. So basically, you just laugh, but instead of using those words, just laugh. Instead of using those angry or those negative words, just choose to laugh instead. Even if you're ha 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 ha, you're faking it. Your body doesn't know the difference.
That's so cool. And Jennifer from the senior care team says, awesome idea. I never thought about laughter as a choice. Okay, so obviously I think the big question that people are thinking is like, that feels weird, or like, I don't want to seem crazy, or like, and there's this element of like letting go of your inhibitions, letting go of your ego, letting go of what other people think. How do you encourage people to get to that mindset place so that they can be open to something like this?
Well,
Yeah,
well, in the beginning of a session, we always ask everyone to shut down their brains, be present, be here, be now in the moment. And laughter yoga is a non-judgment situation where people can be in a comfortable environment and not feel like they're being judged.
Yeah, you're in a safe place. As adults, we don't get enough laughter. There's an inner child within us that desires freedom with laughter. And as adults, we don't laugh anymore. We're always in our brain. The left side of our brain is the logical, the analytical side, the judgmental side. As adults, we're always activating that side. The right side is where the creativity is. That's what the side that we used more when we were children, where it was more freedom. Laughter is freedom. It frees you from everything. So when you're in a laughter yoga session, that's one thing about laughter yoga. A lot of people hear yoga and they're like, well, I can't do this because I'm not flexible. Oh, I can't do yoga poses. Oh, that sounds difficult. Like, I can't do it. But the thing is that laughter yoga could be done at all ages, all abilities. All you need to do is bring your ability to laugh. So if you can laugh, you can do a laughter yoga session. the yoga part of it is yogic breathing, pranayama. That's why it's called laughter yoga. There's laughter exercises with yogic breathing. So there's no yoga poses involved. There's no flexibility involved. You don't need to be in a good mood. You don't even need a yoga mat. All you need to do is bring your ability to laugh, and you can reap the health benefits of laughter. And there's so many of them. It reduces stress. It enhances the social connection, boosts your immune system, lowers blood pressure. What else? Improves your ability to like deal with everyday stress. It reduces inflammation, improves your cardiovascular health. There's so many health benefits to just laughter yoga session. And
Yeah, I just want to go on that.
Just
Yeah, I think again, like we talked about in the beginning of this, that I think, you know, wellness is so encompassing. You know, we're always thinking, I think a lot of times about weight loss or what we're eating or the movement we're doing. But what's interesting to me as you talk about this is it is so much about our mental and emotional health, our communal health, which is not talked about a lot. And so there's kind of this opportunity to work on this in a particular way. And we are going to do a little bit of a laughing yoga exercise for those that are watching that we can all try at home or listening later on. But before we do that, you also own this business now, Laughing Lovebugs. You are certified instructors, you teach. And before COVID, you were teaching in person, and you were telling me before we got on this call that, hey, we actually have been doing it online, which is interesting to me. So I would love to hear, like, what made you decide that you love this so much to start a business, and how has that kind of been, especially doing this online now?
Well, doing this line of work is like dreaming awake. Like it literally is. I mean, we have a passion to empower and enlighten every individual that we come in contact with. And it's so fulfilling to us. Like every time we do a session, we always thank people because we receive the
healing benefits.
Yeah, the healing benefits as well in each session. Although we're running the class, we are also participating as well, but we receive the feel good hormones. Like it feels so great to feel good. That's our message. Like, why don't we choose to feel good? We deserve to feel good.
Yes.
And it's something simple and easy to do. So after doing a few sessions, it was actually Alik's idea to get certified. He's like, we should find out how to get certified in this.
After the second session.
Yeah.
It was after that run of that rocky run with the laughing.
Yeah. And laughter is like one thing that connects us universally. We all laugh in the same language. Laughter is an internal massage. I mean, it feels so good to feel good. And we were just so like inspired by just laughing together. It improved our lives. It changed our lives overall, like mentally, emotionally, physically. For the males that are listening, I feel like Alik brings such a great.
It's okay to laugh.
Yeah.
It's okay
Yes.
to be silly.
Yeah, Alik, I actually would love for you to talk to that for a moment, just because I think in general it's common for men to feel like they can't show any emotion. And so like you said, to be able to laugh, smile, be silly, again, that's kind of like, how do I let go of that ego and come into this? And so I think that's right that you're able to showcase this kind of masculine side for people that maybe don't feel comfortable with it. I mean, is there anything that you give as far as tips to men to let go that might be different than Lauren gives?
I share my experience. When I first got into laughter yoga, I wasn't really a big laugher or a big smiler. Serious. Just like all the guys that I try to encourage to get into it. That even in pictures, Lauren looks at some of the pictures that we took when we first started dating, and my smile is a lot different. My face looks and appears differently in photographs. And I tell all the guys, it's okay to smile, it's okay to laugh, and this is okay to be silly because we're not being judged. Everyone's here for the same reason, to laugh.
Mm-hmm. And laughter becomes contagious after 2 minutes anyway. So
yeah,
once you hear others laughing, it's contagious. And I feel like his presence alone helps males feel more comfortable as well once they see him laughing. We found that people just tend to let loose and feel more comfortable. We always try to ensure that, you know, people feel comfortable laughing. I mean, and laughter is so empowering because you're bringing mindfulness to laughter. You're intentionally laughing. Everyone's there in a laughter yoga session is volunteering to laugh. It's voluntary. You're choosing to laugh. So it won't be that awkward for anyone that joins a laughter yoga session because everyone is doing the same thing. So
Maybe just the first few minutes.
Yeah. I like that. I want to share too. Terry said laughter is great medicine. It's especially helpful for caregivers of chronically ill loved ones. I love this. That's a good point. And I know, I feel like Lauren, you told me a story when we spoke last time about how the laughter yoga had helped someone who was in the hospital. Do you remember telling me that story? There was something. Yeah. Can you share that?
Yes. So, sure. So a lot of the benefits that we learned about health benefits of laughter that we learned, we actually put it to the test. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. Sometimes we're just like, oh, wow, that really worked. So one of the most surprising ones was when COVID first hit. My uncle tested positive for COVID, and he ended up in ICU. He was doing really bad. And after a few days, when he was able to actually be on the phone, we called him and we just would laugh with him. So we wouldn't do a full-on session with him. We would just call and laugh with him, gentle chuckle and breathing exercises and just laughing with him. And we did that for a period of, I would say it was about 6 days. And eventually he was out of ICU. And now he is home. He's fine. He's good. Like
Back to normal.
Yeah. And we really believe that, you know, laughter did heal him and help him heal because he chose to laugh. And even though he didn't feel like it, he did choose to laugh. And you don't reap the health benefits of laughter until you laugh for a certain period of time. Laughter boosts your immune system. So that was another thing I wanted to mention about laughter yoga. I think I started it earlier, but basically a lot of people say, well, I could watch a funny movie. I could listen to a joke. Like, I don't need to do this.
What about this one? I laugh all the time.
Yeah, they say that too. And we're like, well, you know, there's a difference between laughter yoga session and laughing all the time or laughing at a funny movie or a funny joke. So there's 3 reasons.
Depth, duration, and dependability.
All right, so the first one is depth. So in a laughter yoga session, you're doing that deep belly, mirthful laughter. And that is in increasing your lung capacity and your diaphragm. And laughter yoga is actually an exercise routine. It's a cardio exercise routine. So when you're laughing at a funny movie or a joke, you're laughing very shallow from your chest. That's it, and it's over. So the health benefits do not kick in with just laughing at a funny movie or a joke, or you just laughing all the time for, you know, for whatever reason that you found funny. The second one is duration. Duration in laughter really matters in order to reap the health benefits of it. So in order to start reaping those health benefits, you need to laugh for a sustained period of time, at least 10 to 15 minutes long, in order for your body and your cells to know that, okay, we need to start producing those feel-good chemicals in the body. In a laughter yoga session, you're also bringing more oxygen into your body, which makes you feel more energized and healthy. When you're watching a funny movie or listening to a joke, guess what? You're only laughing for a second, a minute, and then it's over, you know? So you're not laughing for a sustained period of time in order for those health benefits to kick in. So you can only get that in a laughter yoga session. The third benefit, the third difference is dependability. In laughter yoga, you're guaranteed to laugh, all right? Because you're choosing to laugh. It's voluntary laughter. When you're watching a funny movie or listening to a joke, you're not guaranteed to laugh because first you have to think if it's funny. first, you have to analyze it. You have to judge it and see if it's funny first. So you're not always guaranteed to laugh. But in laughter yoga, you're guaranteed laughter because you volunteer to laugh. And so that's the 3 huge differences between watching a funny movie or listening to a joke and a laughter yoga session.
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. And I would love for you to take us through an exercise for about 5 minutes or so. As you said, it's normally 15 or 20 minutes. A session is much longer, but just because this is a sample. And I'm going to do it with you. I'm holding a microphone today for those watching that normally do. My other one malfunctioned, so we're in a different setup today. But I'd love for us to kind of go through, if you are watching or listening at home, to try this. I do hope that my neighbors don't go crazy when they hear me making funny noises, but I am excited. So I'd love for you to take us through. So I'm going to hand it over to you guys.
All right, so we're going to do a laughter exercise called greeting laughter, okay? So with greeting laughter, all we're gonna do is greet each other and we're gonna wave at each other and just laugh, okay? So on 3, try greeting laughter with us. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Very good. Very good. Yeah. All right. That was a great job. So we're going to do another exercise.
I'm already excited.
Okay. This exercise is called worry-free laughter. Okay. So we're going to imagine that we have a bowl in front of us. So do a little bowl. And then we're going to take every negative thought, every doubt, every bit of stress, every bit of tension, and put it in that bowl. All right? And then we're going to shake it up. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to dump it out and laugh because we don't need any of it. So on 3, dump it out and laugh. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So in laughter yoga, we like to do a little affirmations, and it's very easy. All you have to do is repeat after me, okay? So just repeat after me. I am amazing.
I am amazing.
You are amazing.
You are amazing.
We are amazing.
We are amazing.
Good job. Very good. Very good. Yay.
In laughter yoga, we also do exercises that are good for the office. You're going to pretend that you're inside the office and someone told a funny joke, but it's inappropriate to laugh. So we're going to laugh silently, and this is called silent laughter. So we're going to laugh, we're not going to make any sounds at all. So it goes like this. Then we let it all out. We have another exercise, gradient laughter, where we start really low and we start at a light chuckle and it raises till it bursts out the roof. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Very good. Yay. And in laughter yoga, we can't forget the breathing exercises, because that's a very important part. So I want you to follow along with me. We're going to take a deep breath in through our nose. Hold it. And we're going to exhale through our mouth slowly. Deep breath in. Hold it. And we're going to exhale with a light chuckle. Very good. Very good. Yay.
I love it. So my first comment, I told you this, I had heard of laughing yoga, but I'd never done it before. So my first comment is, I feel ridiculous, and that makes me laugh, which ultimately makes me feel good. Is that a pretty common feeling?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
You did good.
You did really good.
And
You
then
were a great laugher.
thank you. My second question is this very good, yay. What is the significance of that? Because that reminds me of like when I'm like babysitting or like with young kids and like the joy of that. Is that part of it, or what's the significance of that for this?
Yes, that's part of childlike playfulness. It helps to release the inner child that everyone has trapped inside of them. And it also helps to signal that we're transitioning from one exercise to another. When you hear us say that, that's signaling that we're switching to another exercise.
Yeah. So a lot of people wonder, like, but why can't we do it another way? Why are we doing very good, very good? Yay, I'm not 5. Like, this is ridiculous. So the reason why, there's a science behind it. Motion creates emotion. So when you're clapping your hands, there's acupressure points in your hands, and you're raising your hands up, and we're saying, very good, yay. Your body, you're tricking your body into thinking something good is happening. Oh, this is back in the childhood memories where the great childhood memories are happening. So it's triggering those memories of those good times, those celebrations that we had as children. And it's also creating that emotion of feeling good. So we do that to awaken the inner child. So in laughter yoga, you do get in touch with your inner child again, which we don't do as adults. And adults don't laugh anymore. Children laugh so much more than adults.
About 300 to 400 times per day on average, and adults laugh about 10 to 15 times a day on average.
Yeah. And children don't laugh because something is funny. They have unconditional joy. They laugh because they're playing. We don't play anymore because we have to be serious all the time. We have to be responsible, but you can be responsible. A lot of people say, well, this might not be great for work, but it's actually, we found that every time we've done a laughter yoga session and in a workplace, that it benefits the employees so much, because the more happier the work environment is, the better it is to work with each other. It's a great team building experience. It also helps to, foster that social connection, that we're all human. We all laugh. And what's so interesting is that you just laughed for a few minutes.
Yeah.
What was that? Like
What,
5 minutes?
About 2, 3 minutes, and we didn't tell one joke.
Yeah.
Not one joke.
We didn't tell a joke.
So what I love about this is I think also it, like you said, it humanizes us, it brings down barriers, and it reminds us like that we can laugh at ourselves. We don't have to be serious or stick in this one area. If this is, I'm the CEO at work, or I'm a mother, or I'm, whatever, you don't have to just be that. And I think it just humanizes, it seems, especially when you're doing it in a group.
Yeah, yeah. You see your supervisor laughing, and you're like, wow, they actually laugh. They laugh too. And, it helps also, it enhances your concentration, your focus. After the laughter yoga effects, after a session, the laughter effects, you tend to feel more energized but relaxed at the same time. A lot of people tell us that, like, after the session, they're like, I feel oddly energized, but I'm relaxed. Like, you just do so much for your body. You can always just choose to laugh instead of, doing something that won't help you. Feel good, choose to feel good instead of stressing, or instead of holding tension, instead of, worrying.
I love that. I do love that. So if people want to learn more about laughing yoga, they're like, okay, I want to try a full class. I want to see what the deal is. Like you said, you're based in New Jersey. When COVID is done, you have a location, but you are doing this online. You have people from all over the world. Where can people learn more? What's your website, and anything else they should follow?
We're on, you can say it.
www.laughinglovebugs.com.
Yes. And we're on all social media, Laughing Lovebugs. We would love to laugh with people. We love to laugh with people. We love the way people laugh. We want to encourage more laughter, especially in these challenging times. We all need it. And in laughter yoga, remember, you don't need to really laugh. You can fake it until you make it, and you'll reap those health benefits, you know?
We want to make the smile the default in our faces.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Instead
love
of
it. I
frowning.
just love the two of you. It's just, I love it. Your website, by the way, is amazing. I checked it out the other day. I know you recently updated it.
thank
It's
you.
beautiful. You know, and I think people listening, but also if you're watching, you can see like the joy in both of your faces and how you're feeling. And like you said, it's really about kind of sharing that message. There's a really communal part to this, which is what I really like most about it. One of the questions that I ask, my last question I ask all my guests on this show is, what is one word or quote or mantra that you try to live by every day?
That we don't laugh because we're happy. We're happy because we laugh.
That is a perfect ending. I love it. I want to thank you both so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
you.
Thank
Yes,
you so
and
much for this opportunity.
Yes, we're so grateful. And I want to thank also the Senior Care Services of Greater Princeton, as well as our sponsors of this episode, Wells Fargo Advisors, Kathy and Mike Castellano, Mrs. G Appliances, Vitale Inspection, and Fairway Pinky Shaw team. I hope that you'll join us. We're going to be doing one of these almost every month. So stay tuned for what that next interview will be and who it will be with. We've been having some great guests as we partner with Senior Care Services of Greater Princeton. If you want to learn more about Senior Care Services, you can go to their website at seniorcareservicesgp.org. You can also learn more about my podcast, Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things. There's over 500 episodes of content on the Facebook page of the same name, or look up Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you listen. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope today's episode inspires you to live your own definition of an extraordinary life.